In this video, we will add some additional objects to our 3D house. We will first start with a beading or a molding around the window. So I have already created a layer called 3D mold, so I'll keep that as a current layer. Now using a polyline, I'll just trace a profile around the window. I've traced a profile. Your usage should be on this plane. Now I'll give offset command, and the beading width is 10 centimeter. So I'll give 10 centimeter as the offset distance. Now you can extrude these two profiles together. So I'll give extrude command, and I'll give a height of extrusion as 2.5. So I give 2.5. Now from the outer box, you have to subtract the inner box. Now when you shade it, you can see that you have created a molding work or a beading work around the window. Okay, this is the work. So I have created similar moldings on the rest of the windows. Okay, so this is one feature which we have added to our 3D house. The next object which we are going to add is a foundation or the plinth. So for that, you have to create a layer called foundation, 3D foundation. It's already created. Okay, you have to make that as an active layer, and this foundation is going to be given a different material. So I have to align the UCS on the base. So you can just go to UCS command, and you either use 3-point option to align the UCS on the base, or you can just give an enter. When you give an enter, the UCS will automatically go back to the WCS or the world coordinate setup, and the world coordinate setup is on the base. So you can start tracing the profile for the foundation. So I start with the profile, polyline command, then I'll pick these endpoints, I'll come back to this point, then I'll just go up till here, then I'll come to this point, and this is sit out, so foundation goes around the sit out. So I have to pick all the necessary endpoints. And now I'm going to give a close. Okay, now we can just give an extrude command. I give an extrude, and the height of extrusion is -45 because the height of the foundation is 1.5 feet or 45 centimeter. So since it is in the negative z direction, I should give it as -45. Okay, you can just give a shade and take a look. So we have made a foundation around. Okay, let's go back to wireframe representation. So I gave wireframe. Now the next object which we are planning to create is the floor. So we have to create and activate a layer called 3D floor. It's already created here, so I have made that as a current layer. Now using a polyline, you can trace the profile for the floor. So I give polyline, and I'll pick these endpoints. I'll start from here, and I'll come back to this point, and I'll trace the endpoints. I'll come back to this point as well as this, and I'll give a close. Okay, so this is the profile for the floor. Now you can extrude this floor through a small distance. Let it be, say, 0.5 centimeter. That will indicate the the material which we are actually planning to give for the floor. So just extrude, and I'll give a height of extrusion as a 0.5. Now when you give shade, you can see the floor with a different finish. Okay, the next object which we are going to add is obviously the steps. So how do you make the steps? For that, we have to actually create the profile of the step and extrude. So we will align the UCS on this face because I'm planning to create the profile on this face. Then I'll extrude it. Now I'll give UCS command, and you can either use 3-point option or you can use the face option. So I'll take face option, and I'll select this face. You can see that face is highlighted. Now you can just give an enter to accept that orientation of the UCS. Now I'll create the profile for the steps, and I'll keep the step in the same layer as that of 3D floor because the floor as well as the steps are going to share the same finish or material. So I'll start with a polyline, and I'll start from here. Okay, and I'll give a rise of 15 centimeter. You know that rise of the step is 15 centimeter or half feet, and the tread of the step is 30 centimeter or 1 feet. So I'll give 30 centimeter as a tread. Then I'll create the next step, 15, 30. Okay, then one more rise, that is 15. Then I'll come back to this point. Okay, so this is the profile which you have traced. Now I'll move this profile in the positive x-axis direction through a small distance. Now I'll give move command. I've selected this. Then I'll select the base point here, and second point is at a distance of 2.5 centimeter. So I type 2.5. Okay. Now we have to create another polyline from here, and I'll come back to this point and I'll connect with this endpoint. Now you can see that you have two profiles here, and these two profiles have to be combined as a single profile. So I give p-edit, and I'll select this, and I'll go to join option, and I'll select this as well as these profiles. Now you can see that these two profiles are joined, and now you can try p-editing it once more just to know whether it is closed. Now you can see that the first option is close, which is an indication that it's an open polyline. So you have to give close to close it. So this is always a check to know whether a polyline is open or closed. So just give p-edit and select the polyline. The first option, if it happens to be close, it is an indication that it is an open polyline, so you have to close it. Now I'll extrude it. Extrude, and the height of extrusion you can directly pick from here. So it is extruded through that height. So this is how you make a step.